10 o'clock in the morning. I'm calling this meeting to order. It's the local cultural council for the town of Kingston. Please realize that this will be recorded and available on the local scene network here in the town. For purposes of introduction, my name is Paula Fay. I am actually serving first as one of the coordinators for today's meeting, just so that we all have an idea of the process that we're going to go through. And then I will serve as a member of the committee for this session.
Because you were an existing member.
Yeah, I actually
to take attendance.
And so now, for the purposes of organizational standpoint, we're a 5-member committee. I'm just going to do a roll call. So if you'll just identify yourselves so that we know who's in the room.
Susan Sherman,
Corinna Milliken.
Diane Fay.
And Chris Milano.
And as indicated, I'm Paula Fay. So the first process, since this is our first meeting of this fiscal year, is to basically do a reorganization. And from the standpoint of what the local cultural councils require, is they require somebody to handle the coordination of the overall process here. And really the roles exist of a chair function that processes things back and forth through the cultural council's portal. They handle, once we do the reimbursement process later on in the season, they handle the sign-offs on those papers. So I am going to suggest that because of the size of the committee and the locations of some of us, that we look at appointing 2 co-chairs. So I will take nominations for co-chairs.
I nominate Sue Sherman as a co-chair.
I nominate Chris Milano.
Awesome, there you go.
I don't know here in
Do we all have to
Kingston.
say aye?
Well, I'm going to ask first, is there anyone else that wants to be considered?
Would you
for
like
those
to be
roles?
considered?
No, thank you.
All right, so seeing nobody who's else, we will ask for a vote in the affirmative for the 2 co-chairs.
Aye.
Aye.
Diane Fay, aye.
Paula Fay, aye.
Chris Milano, aye.
Susan Sherman, aye.
Corinna Milliken, aye.
And we have to identify ourselves just so we understand
Yes.
the procedural thing. Because we are on Zoom.
Yep.
It's not it needs, you have to
Right.
identify yourself because there could be somebody in the other
Impersonating,
place.
but doesn't know who people are.
So now to talk a little bit about the whole process, and so that the community, if anyone's watching, understands. Mass Cultural Council provides a local town with funding on an annual basis. The town of Kingston for this fiscal year was provided with $8,900. The process is that they open up grant applications, and they were open up on September 1st of this year. And with all applicants having to submit their things by October 16th, I believe was the date. So they submitted their applications. They then come here to the town of Kingston, and we basically have a list of people who have applied specifically to Kingston, looking for this local cultural council to make it a review and a decision relative to it. Kingston had 22 people who submitted grants through the process. So we're today looking at 22 applications and looking at whether or not they fit the need, of the community, and from there moving forward. So that's one thing we have to look at. We also have to talk about the fact that every local cultural community council has the opportunity as the council to say, we want to take a certain amount of that money that we're allocated as a town and hold it aside for a project that may be bigger than anything here, something else that the town may be doing, something that the individual community may do. Examples, there is a community within driving distance of Kingston that every year will take their percentage, and it's up to 20%. They'll take their 20%, put it aside, because they run a festival every year. And the cultural council pulls the people in for that festival, and they use the money to fund that.
Thought we always had to keep 200. So much out. We had to hold so much back every year.
Well, actually, the process is that the money that they give you, you have to allocate to everything. So some communities may allocate a certain dollar amount to handle administrative costs,
Mhm.
all right? Like paperwork that they may have and things like that.
But we always held a certain percent.
I haven't, I
We
actually,
did.
yeah, I haven't seen that done.
Oh, wow.
But this would be holding something apart that you say, we're gonna do something
Mhm.
as the local cultural council, we're gonna invest in this for the community. So I understand Kingston this year, it's your 300th.
It's our 300th.
Mhm.
So you can hold a certain amount of money back just for that,
Mhm.
all right? And then it will be pulled out of the funds.
Right.
I would suggest
The
that we,
300th is going to be in May, correct? They have a date.
The whole
already.
year, there are events going on all year long.
Right, so I would have expected grants to be put
you,
in for that,
you-
for all of the different things, which we only have one.
yeah, you
We
only
only
have
have
one.
Right.
So so now here you sit on the committee and you're saying to yourself, I would have expected more. So that's probably one of the reasons where we may want to pull back the money and coordinate that extra funding to support it to make the 300th bigger than it is, because you only have one right now. And we can't go out and say to somebody else, write a new one,
Right, no, I understand.
all right? So,
Where I think it's important to keep the council focused on Kingston things we're doing.
Mm.
I think that's very important, and the 300 couldn't be any more.
for that, yeah, I
Right.
think we just need to, as a committee, realize that we have that money that we can
Sure.
put aside
Yeah.
as we're expending. And now I'm gonna build upon what you just said. You feel that because it's the Kingston Local Cultural Council,
Should
there's a
be-
reason why the Kingston's the first name or first entity within it.
Right.
And lots of communities look at it from that standpoint,
Right,
that it's Kingston-based items first, and then beyond that, what would benefit the residents of
people.
Kingston.
But I do feel that it's incumbent on somebody wants a grant to apply.
Oh, yeah, we can't at this
So
point,
I'm not, yeah.
we can't at this point,
Mhm.
say, oh, wait a second, I know this artist down the street
Right.
who would have done a great job
Right.
doing this in her business and could have brought people in. We
Right.
can't write that grant
No.
for her.
Oh, I
We
understand.
can look at, there's a big thing happening in Kingston this
Mhm.
year, the 300,
Mhm.
and we could take a portion of that money.
Sure, and I see Corinna's point
Yeah.
that they should have been aware. And that's part of my concern with the cultural council is how do we get word out to people to tell them that there is this? And I think that's a very
It's
big
a
part.
marketing issue, yeah.
Yeah, that, just to back up a little, there's a marketing issue involved.
Sure,
And the committee had a problem getting going in the first place,
Right.
but that should have been out being publicized. Other towns like will have somebody from the committee show up at a
Selectmen meeting.
selectmen's meeting or town council.
absolutely, and I
whatever
think
they
we should
call
be
it.
doing that. Yes.
And the, asked to speak and say, this process is starting. If you are a craftsperson, an artist, or anything locally, information is
I mean,
available.
we used to send faxes to all the local newspapers.
Yeah, that type
the
of thing.
press.
You get
Do
it
we have a
out.
newspaper?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But
You
all
get it
online.
out- you get it
It's all
out
online.
you get it out to the public so
Right.
they know, and you give them the timelines, and you have somebody that will say, yeah, if you have a question about where to find the application or anything, email this address, we'll
sure.
send you information.
Right.
That's one thing. Doing a festival allotment, like there is one,
Applicant.
applicant now to do something
The
for
North
the
River.
art
In May.
part, but not for the actual 300 separately.
Right.
So we have to deal with their grant.
Right.
But over and above that, as a committee, we have a letter that I think has to be rewritten to make it clear it's not a duplicate of this one.
Mm.
That somebody from that 300 committee will work with somebody from here and making sure that stuff gets submitted if we want to do that
Yeah.
and set aside money. That it's not going to go to this grant. It would be a separate allocation.
Right.
They have to request it. We have a letter, but it's kind of.
The deadline for applications was October
Oh, sure.
16th, so we can't
Right.
accept anymore.
No, no,
But
you
we
don't.
can
Nobody-
sign anyway.
That's right.
We can't go to the
No,
selectmen's
no.
meeting and say.
No,
That's
we would
right.
like
No,
to
but
take
we
it.
do want to report to the selectmen, and I think that I'll be glad to do that. I think that the more we are in front of the
Public.
selectmen reporting and what we're
That
doing,
will bring people in. Now, I assume Kingston has
open forum.
well, you also have a town page, and the cultural
Yeah,
council should
yeah.
have a section on that town page. And I don't know if Kingston uses their Facebook page, if
I
they have a
mean,
town
Before,
Facebook
when I was
page.
the secretary, I mean, things now are totally different. Because I've been on for ages. I used to have to
Submit.
take the minutes and submit it on that town website. Now, since everything has changed,
Changed.
and that hasn't been, I haven't. been
Yeah,
secretary.
that building that whole communications list, and as Diane indicated, a lot of that should have been happening in the summer and stuff, but
Right,
And now
you
it's
were
gone.
in transition.
right.
Right.
So, all right, so at least we have the concept that we can take 20, up to 20% of the 8,900, put it to the side. I'm gonna suggest if we all have a breakdown of the 22 applicants and we have their documentation, that we first
through
look at and say, well, let's just talk about conceptually where we are as individuals. It does say Kingston. Do we feel that we should be looking and saying, first things we worry about funding is if it's taking place in Kingston or if it has a specific impact on Kingston?
I personally
I
believe
agree.
it should. Mhm.
I mean, initially, I think that's a great idea. And we usually look at the different age groups, one for COA, if they've
Mhm.
asked for something.
Yeah.
And, high school or whatever. So that's how we used to sort of really address things initially to make sure that they got some
All
funding when we had it
ages were-
available.
And then my next question is, so maybe we'll go through this first and say it's in Kingston or it's truly impacting specific residents of Kingston,
Yeah.
like some schools because
Right.
of the situation.
Sure.
The other thing is lots of times you'll have applicants who just mass mail
Right.
Yeah.
these applications and they've probably never seen Kingston in their lifetime. All right, but they'll do it in your library, they'll do it at your town hall, they'll do it in your yard
Yeah.
if you so desire.
Right.
So are we gonna look to make sure that those entities that say Kingston have support someplace?
I think and if it doesn't have a venue, so if they haven't gone to the library and
That's the question.
gotten well, I can do it at the library, well, that's great. That doesn't mean you,
You're
You're
gonna
not allowed to.
well, at the same time, if they don't get a venue, they're not gonna get their funding at the end of the year anyway, so.
And
But
actually.
Usually, if you don't have a venue, it's a no, flat out. We send it back saying, we think your thing might have some merit for sure, but
Next year.
there's the Adams, there's the library, there's the high school, there's a,
And
I have a question.
Actually, this year, it's in the rate, when they apply, it's in the application.
Where
That
they
they
had
location.
have a letter of support for the location.
not on the actual grant, I don't believe.
I think it was added.
That because Kingston, like some of the other communities, because it was in transition, didn't put up guidelines.
Oh, I see.
So Kingston could have put up guide,
Oh,
so it's blank.
it's not
So
there from last year?
no, it has to go every year. It has to be
Oh, see
restated.
that.
And you're not the only community, and there are
Ah.
communities that have had
Yeah.
councils that are continuing on that don't do that.
Oh.
So on this, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but if they don't have a venue and it is of interest to us, do we ask them to get a venue?
No.
Actually, what you wanted, I would suggest what you do, because there's some here that as you go through it,
His own letter.
well,
Yeah,
true,
he did.
he did a good letter, right?
I know.
But in some cases here, you have a person who says they're gonna do it in Kingston,
Mm.
and they identify an employee of Kingston who will put it in a place,
Mm.
but there's nothing from the guy
The
that
place that
says,
says.
Right.
or even
Okay.
himself, or the place, because
Right.
it's not, I'll put it here, but not in my house. as
Right.
I
So
would
we
say.
can just cut it.
Well, what we can do in those cases is we can go back to them and say, in the case of Stephen Miller at the library,
Mhm.
have you had contact with this person?
Right.
Yes, and do you find it beneficial? Yes. And have you coordinated with the COA that you're gonna have it in their grand room? Is that all acceptable? And then if we get that, we then say we'll allocate money for that program. if we
Okay.
have money.
And
Then-
again,
Well,
Paula, I'm back to my guidelines and deadlines.
You
We're-
find-
And how long a process, when does this all have to be in?
Yeah.
And
see, I wouldn't do
you wouldn't go back to them?
Well,
I'd say next year.
it. No, that's what I would.
no, well, let's
That's it.
talk about this, because all this is you picking up the phone, the two chairs, one of the two chairs,
Hmm.
picking up the phone
Well,
and saying,
before we come here for a meeting.
that's right.
Our
that's
next
different.
meeting?
Yeah, before the next meeting,
Well, I thought we have to give the no's now, so they have 14 days to get back to us.
No, you don't, the no's don't have to go out until the end of the month
Oh,
at the earliest.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Because
not,
we've always had I thought was a November deadline.
oh, no,
Well, we're way past that.
we're way back beyond that. Okay, so we agree that first thing we're gonna look for is say, is it Kingston?
Well, let's
And
start.
secondly,
Yep.
Yeah, so
Let's
let's
start.
just run down and just look at, it,
And-
not evaluate what they're doing, just those two
Location.
criterias.
Mm-hmm.
So Hannah Close with the Silver Lake, do we consider that Kingston?
Yeah,
We've got
we do.
Kingston kids there. So we would consider awarding her.
Yes.
The two Fuller Craft, they're not Kingston based, nor is their function in Kingston.
Right.
But
So that's
I
2
just-
and
I
3.
just put them at maybes. Like
Well,
I go through and
We
say,
get
yes,
back
no,
yeah.
and revisit it.
Yeah.
But now.
Oh, yeah,
our
yeah.
first
We're just
criteria
trying
is
to look at
location.
what we have for funding.
Yep.
Right.
So now you go through
Number
and you
4.
got Kingston Art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got Kingston Public Library, and that's the adult craft time that looks like it's being done every year.
Mhm.
And it's your library director that runs
Yes.
that program.
And
Yes.
He wrote the grant. so-
And that's at the
That's
Font-
font. Yeah.
font school?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't so sure about that. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, yeah, they
Does
use
the library
font.
not have
No, they do not.
to do
No,
it?
they do
So
not.
that's why they're
So
using.
that's why
No,
they are finding another
The
town.
Fonts is a public building that is used for a lot of organizations.
being a person of a certain age, though, I knew nothing of it.
Well, now you do.
No, that's okay.
So now the next one, they're saying they're gonna do it at the Kingston Public
Oh.
Library,
It's
but
a
they
no.
don't have an indication of
Right.
support. Well, they don't have an indication of support, so it passes, it's in Kingston, but no letter of support.
Right.
No.
So we'll not necessarily fund that right away because it doesn't hit the two criteria.
I could say, I'm gonna do it in Kingston. Also, it's an online sort of thing.
Well, I have that
So,
down
I
too.
think it's a no.
No,
And
yeah.
also, if you read his, it could be controversial. He's looking
Yeah.
to create a dialogue
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
to should this be democratic or should it be
Right.
something
Right,
else?
but I think the issue is,
I
I could
know
say I'm
your
going to do
town,
anything at the
yeah,
library.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
I don't know
Exactly.
how that.
So for me, it was a no.
yeah,
Even
and I think when we come back
Yeah.
and have those discussions, but we're really
All right.
focusing
Yeah.
on which ones would we consider funding.
The next one was a coffee house.
The coffee house, which,
I didn't get the full, I must be missing a page.
Number
Yeah,
7.
but- Yeah, I have number 7, but I only have,
so that was,
that's all right.
that's one of the ones that they said,
That had no venue.
Stephen Miller will have us perform at the senior center.
Yeah.
So that's another one that
Doesn't have,
doesn't have support right
Right.
now, but we can go back for support.
Who is Steve Miller?
He's the reference librarian in the Kingston Public Library. He's the
Oh.
rep-
I was gonna say, it's not the director. Oh.
No,
No.
not the reference librarian. He
See,
knows
and
about
it also
programs.
says it's gonna take place at Silver Lake High. So there's nothing here from Silver Lake. Any-
Lewis Parks,
No,
No.
number 7.
Number
is
number
seven.
7.
at the senior center.
It's at the senior center, yeah. I think
No.
you're on 8, Corinna.
I just think I see, because I have,
Yes, there are 2 pages.
well, here, but this says 2-3, 8-2-3, and on the back of it says 2-9.
I know, I got into
So,
that too.
sorry,
so,
so I'm
yeah,
a little.
yeah.
All right,
all right, so,
Sorry.
so Stephen Parks right now, we're not
No.
outright
No
saying he's
venue,
getting money.
right.
And the next one is at Silver Lake.
Right.
So like the
Right.
first one, they're
Right.
getting money.
Right.
All right. Kim Moberg, she says she's gonna do it the Kingston Public Library, which is nice, so she at least is doing it in
Yeah.
Kingston, but she has
Yeah.
no letter of support.
So that to me
So-
is a no,
So at this point, there are no's.
right?
Now we have the one that's the dance group.
Right,
They're doing it in
at
Kingston.
Wingate, at the, yeah.
They're doing it at Wingate. Now you
Private.
have to, we
There's no
didn't talk
date.
about this one.
There's no date.
There's no date on it,
Right.
that's true, but
And
the
there's-
other thing you have to think about is this open to the public? Can I walk into Wingate and attend this?
If you lived somewhere else in Kingston.
Well, Wingate is,
Think
She
the resident-
she does say here that there's a firm commitment signed community partnership agreement sent under separate cover from Wingate residents, Christine Costa. Did we get anything?
I believe there was, this is, I know this woman in this group from other things. You do get a letter, but my understanding is Wingate a
Open to the
facility that's open to the public.
No, it's Wingate, it's private.
It's a private company, isn't
Yeah.
it? So,
Yeah.
so that's something that
Right.
we want to come back and look at
Right,
and
but
have a
there's no
discussion. on.
letter here
No,
either.
No,
from
but-
this
No
person.
letter
She sent
either.
it as a separate mailing. It was amongst the paperwork that you had earlier. Yeah.
Oh.
She doesn't understand that you can add it onto the application. All right, so now
North River.
it's in Nashville, so fails for location.
Right,
The Pine Woods Camp fails for location.
right.
Plymouth Hall fails for location. Practice base, best practice, that's online and it fails for location.
Mhm.
Elizabeth Sylvia with the
Library.
Junkies Band Love. She says it's at the library, but she has no letter of support, so
Correct.
we
Yeah.
won't say,
You're moving so fast, Paula.
I'm sorry.
You know.
Oh, you're okay.
Number 15.
I'm okay. We're on 60.
I think you're right.
So I
Yep.
said a no.
all right.
Yeah.
So now Soul Homestead is in
Mhm.
Middleborough, so it fails for location, for what we're doing for the first
Yeah.
round through.
Yeah.
South Shore Arts, that's in Cohasset, and then it went somewhere else too.
Mhm.
I'm just, I was wondering if the student, they nominate students too. So if there were any students that were
could-
nominated from
it could.
Silver Lake
Yeah,
and we had no letter of, what do you call it?
yeah,
Right.
and those
I
are
mean-
things we're gonna have to go back and look at.
Okay.
Because we're gonna find out
Yep.
that, once we go through this.
Yep.
Um,
Right.
South Shore, the two of them, they're not
Right.
in. Kingston.
YMCA.
Right,
All right, but they're not in Kingston.
right.
The Broad
next one,
Cove, not in Kingston.
No.
Weiss, he doesn't have a letter of
I
support.
said middle school and no letter, yeah.
He said middle school.
Yeah.
All right, and Matt York is in Kingston. He had a letter of support,
Okay.
but I'm gonna open this up to the fact that it is, if you read the letter of support as written right
Are we
now,
on 22?
22.
22.
Yeah.
This is the Willie Nelson.
This is
Yep.
the Willie
Oh.
Nelson. It is truly a function that could be opened up to everyone.
It is.
And the churches can be opened up to everyone.
I go with it.
My only concern right now is the letter of support as written.
Mhm.
I think that we just need to, the co-chairs need to go and say to the pastor, is this something that's beyond your parishioners? Because it's written that it's for the benefit of his parishioners,
Right.
as the phrasing.
Location.
Right.
So he has to be willing to advertise it for
And how
everybody.
does he advertise it? Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you just get that commitment, and then when you fund it,
Hmm.
you put that in a stipulation back in the return letter.
Right.
So it's not that he's rejected immediately,
Right.
Right.
and it's not that we
Yeah, I said
reject him
maybe.
and it's
I
not that
have
we
this
reject
immediate
him and
feedback.
tell him to come back. So right now, if we go back through this, I want to tell you,
I
Yeah.
need to ask you a little bit more on
Yeah.
that because Reverend Emily Bruce wrote a support letter.
Mhm.
It's for the church.
Mhm.
It is open. The church is always open to everybody.
it's,
So how do I ask her to be more clear on
well,
that?
because
He needs to advertise that
That
it's
it's
open to the
open to the
community,
Right.
even,
Because-
it's not just,
the phrasing on it is that it falls within the works and the missions of our
Right.
church.
Congregation.
Congregation. So she got to just add to that. and be something that would be of interest to the entire town.
You know,
It's just a one-liner. And then when she advertises it at a time that would be open, you know,
But it can still be within the church service.
Yeah.
Okay.
well, not within the
No.
service itself, like a Monday night function. It's a concert that the guy's coming in and
Right.
doing.
Okay, so not a service.
not, yeah.
No, not during
It's just like in Middleborough,
Okay.
the historical museum.
Mhm.
They had a program recently we went to. They had a dinner there that you had to buy a ticket for the dinner.
Yeah,
They had their annual meeting there, and they had a presentation there.
mm,
They didn't have a grant for their presentation. They paid for that out of the money. See what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
it was
mhm,
tied to those
Yeah.
other
So,
things.
and there, I know of churches that have gotten funding from a cultural council.
right,
And they run their concert or whatever it is that they're running on like a Friday night or a
Yeah.
Saturday night. It's not a case of,
church
Yeah.
service.
it's,
right.
Yeah. And
Right.
So it
they're
can't,
just a venue.
Oh, I'm with you.
it
And they
can't
kind of
be
like-
during a church service.
No.
It has to be. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll speak.
Separate entity,
basically when
right.
they
And I think
send out a flyer on it that says,
Right.
this church
Yeah.
will welcome everybody to come
Mhm.
to a concert that
Yeah.
is being funded by the cultural
Right.
council.
So that's 5.
All right, so.
All right,
it's
I'm
1,
cool with
2,
that.
3, 4. I'm not funding her that yet. I'm
Oh,
putting
okay,
that- all
I'm
right,
counting that, yours, so you're
Yeah.
not counting.
not until we get a
Okay,
letter
so
of.
it is 4.
So we have 4 entities right now that we said we would fund.
Right.
So if we look at our available money,
Mhm.
we have $8,900.
Right.
We've got 4,400 that if we were to fund them completely,
Mm.
Right, right.
you're ending up with $4,500 remaining.
Right.
It has to go somewhere because
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, if you're $1 short.
Yeah.
With the Mass
Right.
Cultural.
Yeah.
They will tell you can't do anything.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend everything.
now what do
Right,
we
we've
do?
given somebody
So
a
now,
dollar-
let's
a
go,
dollar over. Not
let's
a
go
dollar over
back.
a dollar under.
Let's go back now and talk about that local cultural council project that we talked about at the beginning.
Mhm.
Do we want to take money allocated to use for the 300 at the biggest level? Are we comfortable with that?
I personally am.
Me too.
All right,
The only thing I'm not comfortable with is that if they know that we're here. And they know that we get money every year, and yet they didn't put grants in. There's only one
Well,
way,
one of, but
so,
the 300 organization did apply for a
Yes.
grant for 1,300, but it was just for the visual arts program.
Right.
So they didn't apply for additional funds for the other activities going on. For example, I chair the house tour committee.
mhm,
I didn't apply for money for the house tour,
mhm.
but certainly if it was available,
And I guess the house tour you charge, do you?
yes, yes,
And so
Yes.
what would this monies be for?
exactly what it would be used for. Printing. We need to print a
Printing.
booklet for the houses.
Okay, because I'm just saying
We need to have a police detail.
you're charging people,
Right,
but
right.
that should
You're
all come out of
absolutely
that funding.
right.
but if you, so let's.
You know what I'm
that-
saying?
There- yeah,
I hear
I
what
Charge
you're
me
saying.
$35 to go to the thing, which I think is lovely and
Right.
and all that
Right.
stuff, but out of that monies,
Um,
that's how you fund all those things, right?
Right,
But-
but it's not gonna, but anyway.
All right, so let's look at that though. So they
Yeah.
do charge and you have the ability,
Mhm.
Yes.
you can fund things that are charged.
Yes,
That's
correct.
one thing.
Yes,
Let's talk about the 300s. Is the house tour
yeah,
a beneficial thing for the 300?
Hmm.
We
It's a
agree.
historic house,
Yeah,
so
it's a-
it's
yeah.
the history of
All
Kingston
right,
through the houses and
So-
buildings in the.
so it has a
Yeah.
value.
Yeah. Mhm.
Now, here's the local cultural council saying, here's something that we know has a
Mhm.
value.
Yep.
We could take money and we could allocate money to things that will have a value relative to the 300.
right.
So we could allocate out a certain portion of the money
Mhm.
to the house tour funding.
Right,
And the house tour committee could then take that and say, well, we're gonna take that money and specifically cover the cost of the police.
We need, yeah, we-
And therefore, they could potentially say, we've budgeted this and we've built that into our ticket. So if
Mhm.
we were charging $50 for a
Mhm.
house tour, maybe we can take it down to $40.
right, no,
All right,
I understand all this.
all right, so So
just,
But you're
That's-
right, we're charging, so we have income coming in.
and you're all volunteers and I understand that
Right.
as well.
It's,
I just like, if you, why didn't you put in a grant?
Well,
Would you have known, did you know anything
No.
about it? No.
Yeah,
no.
See, I mean, I think that therein lies the issue of the marketing and we need to get it out. I mean,
But we can tell you that it is something that, and it hasn't been in existence forever.
it's
They've been advertising it statewide. We're seeing lots of after the fact, yeah. They took money that was allocated and did this.
yeah,
it's been around long enough though, because
That people know that.
I will tell you, I'm gonna name the community, the Lakeville Cultural Council
mhm,
also uses the name the Lakeville Arts Festival.
oh,
And they take a portion every year
For
of
the
their
arts
money and they put it into the Arts
Mhm.
Festival. And
Wonderful.
they've done it for years.
yeah,
And then they also take it and they go out to other communities and ask for money for the Lakeville.
They
Arts
don't have to,
Festival.
really,
They're very
well,
creative.
well, I could see doing that, but I wouldn't, I'd have to recuse myself. The council can't put in a grant for,
Well, they
wow,
don't put it in as,
A grant.
yeah.
well, they put it in, the Arts Festival puts it into other communities.
Oh,
So
yeah,
they're going to like the
Right.
surroundings.
right,
So conceptually, that's doable.
yes, right,
So now here's the question. I'm gonna back to the question.
yeah.
Do we as a committee want to take a portion, they allowed a portion of the
And what
money?
was the allowed
It's
portion?
20%
Okay,
of the 8,900. So it's $1,780.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And say, what are the other 300 items that are out there?
Activities, yeah, because the
Mm.
house
That
was
we
just
could-
one
We
small.
could support and therefore cut the cost for the residents of
Right.
Kingston to come to.
right,
All right.
Or add something else that they haven't thought because they
There's a
figured it
whole-
would be
All
expensive.
right.
Litany of
So-
activities.
So do we as a
doesn't
committee,
have to
do
go
we
to
as a
council.
committee want to
I
take
think
that
we need to take a
consideration?
vote on that. I personally think it's a great idea. If that's the discussion.
and I don't think it's a bad idea at all. How has the 300th been advertised?
We
to be
are
honest,
using the
I
rec.
haven't,
Have you seen the gala? It's advertised, it's
Haven't.
January 31st.
haven't seen it.
It's on
I
the,
don't know where would I see it. I
well,
mean,
Facebook. It's advertised on Facebook.
Ah.
There are a couple of sites.
I'm not a Facebook guy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Many people aren't, and hence the problem of
Right.
the local newspaper was always the
Right.
best way to
Right.
go.
And
And it's a shame that we have
Yeah,
demolished them.
yeah. I mean, I'm just, because I was real surprised.
Yeah.
I know that,
All
I know
right.
that.
So-
Okay, sorry.
So are we comfortable? And we can take the vote now, or we can save it and do one big vote when we work through all of these. Are we comfortable right now saying, because we may change this
Right,
1780?
sure.
Are we comfortable saying that that is something we'd want to do?
Actively holding that
Mm-hmm.
aside.
And I'm not speaking that it should just go to the house.
Oh, no, not at
There's
all.
a parade, there's
Yeah.
fireworks, there's
Mhm.
Old Home Day. There are, all year long, there are going to be activities. And a
Cool.
small amount of money, 1,700,
Yeah.
whatever,
Oh, it's not a lot.
would cover.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, there are
Feed
many
and
places that can go. I just mentioned house tour because that's my.
No,
baby.
I think that's
But,
great. I'm just, the only, I
Well, the
mean, I'm
house
just,
tour is the only one that is being paid for, though.
the
There's-
gala is too.
Oh,
The
you,
gala
the
is a
gala,
$75 ticket.
70
Ours is 35, and we need a police detail.
Sure.
I mean, there are lots of expenses.
yeah, oh,
That
no,
I
no.
don't think the fee, but I also think we need to look at the perspective of how many people are serviced.
Mhm.
And these are town-wide events, service elderly, services, families,
Uh-huh, sure.
services. So to me, it's a worthy
But I
Wait.
think also it's, other towns will
comment.
come. So that would have enabled you to do grants for other towns like we were just
Right,
talking.
right. which we
So
didn't.
it's a missed opportunity, yeah.
Absolutely, Corinne,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's a lesson learned.
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
Sure.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
For the committee to know.
Unfortunately.
it is a lesson learned.
Yeah.
Well put.
But this
All right.
is
All right,
new.
so let's,
So-
are we all in agreement that
We're
this
gonna-
is, take that
That's
seven,
gonna be something that we will do. We will look
Does
at.
anybody want to
mean,
make a
things-
motion that we put that on the list of to be looked at?
why don't you?
So you wanna,
I
okay,
can
so
make the motion, but I prefer to let
Yeah.
somebody from Kingston make those.
I make the motion that 20% of the allocated funds, $8,900, be allotted to the Kingston 300th
We can-
activities, events, is that appropriate?
All right, so basically that we up to 17,700,
1780.
all right?
20% of the 80.
So conceptually, right now, what we have done as a group is that we have identified 4 entities that we said we would fund
Mm.
because of their location.
Mhm.
We've identified that we would look at taking up to 20% of the $1,780 and putting that towards the support of the 300th anniversary here in Kingston. So that's where we are at the moment.
I think we said it wrong, but that's where we are. We are gonna
So
take
we've got a
20%.
I made the motion, someone needs a second.
Second,
Oh, you want a second? Very good.
Okay, and
And I
all
want
those
to
in
say
favor?
that too, every time a grant is, people get money for a grant, you have to advertise that and put that in your
Yes,
advertising. Otherwise you'll get reimbursed.
that goes out
That's
to them
another-
as a requirement.
Okay.
All right, so now the motion was that up to 20%.
Of our allocated
Oh, how
funds.
lovely.
Surely that is.
That's better than your friend Spam.
Yeah.
Keeps calling.
So, all
all right, so we have a motion on the floor,
right,
seconded, and it's for taking 20% of the $8,900, which is $1,780, and
Mhm.
setting aside for use in Kingston
For the 300.
for the 300th committee.
and it's up to 20%,
Mhm.
just to refine that, it's up to 20%.
Okay, and
All right.
all those in favor?
But when you need a roll call because it's on Zoom.
So, yeah, we have, because we're on Zoom,
Zoom,
we
you
each
have
have to do.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Diane, yes.
Paula, yes.
Chris Morano, aye.
Susan Sherman, yes.
And Corinna, yes.
All right, so now if we're looking at that conceptually, at this point, we have available
$2.29.
$2,720.
Yep.
All right.
So, but
So
you didn't include the Willie Nelson, which is
So now let's go back and let's start looking at those ones that we feel we want to go back and revisit for the purposes of saying, does this entity support them? All right,
Mhm.
so we have number 6.
Mhm.
It was in Kingston.
Right.
It was at the library. There was there was no indication of support. Now, that I believe is one that we
You're-
maybe have.
Question.
your point, Diane, was political?
I just don't know. It could be because it's creating a discussion over whether the democracy
Yep.
as opposed to how things are now.
Yeah, I don't know.
For me, there's no date, no letter of.
Yeah, I'm not real.
So
keen.
I didn't know.
You know,
All right, so we
The
right now,
reason why I said it could be is
Sure.
because I don't know Kingston, but I know if it was in our town, there are some people that are very
Yes.
outspoken on
Yeah.
Facebook.
all right, so right now, we're not willing to go chase that.
Right.
Correct.
And
But
we
we-
have some rationale for it.
But we do have,
See, I don't feel we should be chasing anything.
on number 9,
All right,
We have
Can we-
things to do.
all right, but before number 9, we have number 7.
Right.
Number 7 is in Kingston.
Nope.
They say Stephen Miller from the library
Mhm.
has said something, is in favor of this, but they don't have a letter of support.
And there's no venue, so I said no.
Well,
They do.
Oh, a senior
they
center.
do have a
It says
venue, they
senior
have the
center.
senior
They don't
center.
have a date, they don't have a.
You don't necessarily have to have a date.
Well, it says February 26th.
Where are you going?
It does say February 26th.
Lewis and Ferry
Hit
presentation.
the page.
Yeah, it will take place on the 26th. It's on the other side.
No,
Well,
posting a venue.
you have here it is over here. Why did I get my finger out?
Are you all right? Oh, that's you.
So it is the 26th,
Yeah, maybe,
and it's supposed to be at the Great Room at the Senior Center.
See, and this is totally a different.
Uh,
I don't
this
have.
may
that.
help you, because I don't think you have this document.
I have like 2.
This is
This is
somewhat
all I went
different.
through and looked up all the information.
Thank you.
All right,
Mm.
so
I'd be
excited
glad
about-
calling, or you could call.
Is he somebody that
Call
you feel
Steve.
you should reach out to and ask him the question?
Okay,
Because that's something that we can then come back, and if he says yes, we can come back and say that's something we would consider funding, and that would be something that would be pulling off of what we have as potentially available funds.
Mhm.
okay.
This is
I'll do
narrowing
the
it
Emily Bruce one. We haven't gotten to that.
Okay, wait a
Okay,
second.
whatever.
Wait a
Do you
second.
want to do the Stephen one?
I don't
Okay.
care. Stephen Miller, I'll
Mhm.
tell you, Stephen Miller just had surgery yesterday, December 2nd, excuse me, on Tuesday.
Excuses,
not going-
excuses.
Well, but it's serious surgery. I mean, it's pancreatitis.
Oh,
it's
my
serious.
gosh.
It's serious. He's in Boston, and so he's not going to be back at the library to contact him till probably January.
So then he's got a boss, there is a director of the library.
Along.
So talk to
Yep.
her and see if she's
Yeah.
aware, if she's aware of it, that if he's aware of it, that should be
Okay.
sufficient. So now let's go to the next person who
And
was,
wait a minute, and if he says, I didn't know, but if he is submitting this for this, saying that he's discussed and he can get that room, you can send him what it's about or explain to
Yeah.
him and say, what are your thoughts? And he may say, oh, that'd be great. And if he does,
Okay.
then we'll keep him in for consideration.
all right, so the next one is
Kim
Kim Moberg,
Mhm.
who had no letter of support, but said she'd do it at the library.
Okay.
Do we want to go and see if she's actually even spoken to the library about it? Often people will say they're
Yes.
gonna do it at the library,
Right.
and the library doesn't even know
Know
who
about
they
it.
are.
Yeah, to me, it's a no.
If I call about the Stephen Lewis Park,
You could
Andrew
ask-
Lewis Park, I can ask about Kim Moberg as well.
All right.
I mean, I
So,
do know that when C.S. Stewart was there, and I don't know how long this
Mhm.
other gentleman has been there, to be honest,
I'd say,
4 years.
4 years.
oh, more than that. I've been here 5 years and he's always been there.
Oh,
I
really?
would, yeah.
Because I went
actually
in
going
and,
on
I went in and spoke to him
Mhm.
with regard to, we funded some programs that they have
Okay.
requested,
Mhm.
and we might have disbanded because we didn't have any people, and I wanted to see if he
Mhm.
knew of anyone who could be on the committee and help us out.
Oh, okay.
So he's aware of
Cultural
the
council.
letter,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
so,
I know, Donald. I have no problem asking him about Kim Moberg as
all
well.
right,
yeah.
so now we go down to number 10, which is in Kingston.
Yeah.
Have we determined
Wingate.
that
It's at
there's no
Wingate.
way it can be open? So we say no to this
Right.
because of location.
All right.
And it's, all right, so now we jump down to number 15, that this is the Catnip Junkies band.
Mhm.
They say Kingston. I say, if you're gonna talk to them,
Ask him too.
ask on
Gotcha.
that one.
Gotcha.
And the other thing is that's $1,800
It's a lot of money.
And we have to
From
take it.
Dudley, it's not even local.
So now I'm gonna say something, I don't know how you
Go
all
ahead.
like it.
Go ahead.
We're volunteers.
Mhm.
People know that we get money every year from the Mass Cultural Council,
Mhm.
and it's incumbent on them to take some responsibility to put in a grant and put it in properly, have a venue all
Mhm.
scoped out, because we've always said we need a venue. And the library, they've
It's
always
easy
been
to
aware of
say.
it. So I think it's great that you're gonna be doing all the calling, but I just think,
We have to use the money though, don't we?
Well, you have to use the money, and the
Yeah,
other
right.
thing
There
you
are
need
other
to
places that might be
consider is in previous years,
yes,
you are organized enough that your guidelines said
yes,
must have
Okay.
A
submitted
venue.
letter of support.
okay.
And your
Yeah,
guidelines right
that's
now say,
important.
we don't have anything.
Well, see, I didn't know.
Just fly them out.
Paula, what was the bottom line of what we spent on the first round? 4,000, was it?
4,400. Then we put 1,780 to the local cultural council.
Mhm.
All right.
So it
And
leaves you with,
then we just did 595, 600 and 1,800.
Yeah. So,
And now the last one will be, well, I won't jump any further because
Alright.
we're on 15.
so
Okay.
now we're gonna
And
Go.
actually, this cost is all for bringing salaries of 7 musicians
Mhm.
to the library.
yes.
That's on 15.
1,750 is their salaries, and
They have no
there's a
letter.
technical.
Well, we know that. That's why we're gonna ask the librarian if they even heard of them, because that will
Yeah.
give you the.
And we can
opportunity to-
cut that too.
Right.
can't
Oh,
we?
Right, but if we cut it, we tie money up, and then if
Right.
the library says, well,
Yeah,
we're not gonna add funding
right.
to it or anything.
Yeah, so we have to, that's
and
why.
the venue,
Let's read that one. Let's read
the
that one
venue is
again.
wicked small.
I think coming all the way from Dudley.
Yeah.
I just, it's not even
Yeah.
local.
Sadly, like it's miles away. I don't think that's.
Unless this person is, this person is a staff.
It's to bring unity and joy to the masses via music and dance. Kind of
Yeah.
like that.
There's no, I mean, it's small, the library's small.
Summer of
It's not-
26 too is the
Right.
projected time. Summertime. It's not like it's a program in
But
the library during.
I think you're gonna go and you're gonna ask the
Right,
Yes.
director of the library, and you're
Yes.
gonna say, I've never heard of them,
Right.
and no, I don't want them.
Exactly.
And even if they say, yes, I've heard of them and I
Right.
love them, when we sit again,
right.
we know which
Yes.
ones we're evaluating.
Yeah.
You get it narrowed further.
Right.
They may not get anything to begin with,
Sure.
but at least we've done the
Yeah.
due diligence.
All right, so you have 3, Chris. Okay.
Yeah, I got 3 calls. Well, I'm just going to the library. I'm not even gonna try calling because.
Sure.
I'm just
Now
gonna
we're
go
going
talk.
on 17.
We're going, no, 17 is,
Yeah.
they didn't identify any letter of support or anything, and they're not an
No,
application, they're
no.
off.
No.
The next one you have is the theft of dignity, number 21. All right, this is the gentleman who said it will take place in the middle school. First off, is there more than one middle school?
No,
Kingston. All
only
right.
one.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
There's
And-
no letter, so I said no.
Letter of support.
No support. Yeah.
Actually, he doesn't have a letter of support. He wrote his own. And it was
Well,
one of
yeah,
the best written
know.
letters to say, I'm really.
yeah,
Um,
The subject matter, because it doesn't.
I agree. I
Is
agree,
about
Heidi.
bullying.
right.
Now, and it also says it's a mandatory every student go.
Mm.
That's one for the school. You
Mhm.
can't dictate to these
Mhm,
schools.
that's
Do
right.
they want somebody to give somebody money to mandatory?
Exactly.
I say no.
So do we just say right there that it's not even worth our consideration? It doesn't
Okay.
fall. So we say,
The only reason I said no is because there's no letter from
Well,
anyone,
good.
from the school saying that,
do you want to,
that we're doing this.
do you want to
program.
speak to the school?
And I,
And well, when he didn't name the school, that's what bothered me in the middle school.
Mhm.
but I do,
I do like the subject matter because
I
it was,
think, I
yeah,
think it's important, yes, but there's
anti-bullying.
no venue. And so when you say no, and, please reach out to the,
Next year.
Blah,
they
blah,
consider-
blah,
yeah.
for
My
Right.
thing was, I
Yeah.
thought it would be a good topic
Sure.
too.
I agree.
But then I looked at it and I said, okay, now I don't know anything about Kingston
Mhm.
and how things go. I
Yeah.
do know in Middleborough that there are a lot of parents show up at school committee meetings to the point where now they're trying to prevent them from speaking at the meetings because issues like there's bullying going on and you're only addressing it on certain types of
Yeah.
students, not on all. There's this going on. And it's like, do we want to play into that?
So,
Without.
And on 22, I'm gonna call Reverend, yeah.
Mhm.
So
So when you
that's
add them up, how, with those 5, 1,
4.
2,
We now
3, 4,
have-
5, if you count in Matt York
do you want me to add the,
from Emily, yeah.
Add it up
what have
on
we
my-
got? 4.
all right, so,
I'm like, oh, she has it already? Oh.
so let's look at,
Oh, I
we've
thought
got-
you-
Wait a minute, which ones? You're saying 5, then I only have 4. I
it's
have
only 4.
7, 9, 15, and 22.
Now, let's
What
go
about
back
one?
to this.
So you're not gonna have enough money.
Oh, no, no,
No,
no. These
wait.
are the
No.
ones that we're gonna call on.
All right, so,
Okay.
okay, let's go back and do this now. We're going to reach out to the library for number 6, which is, oh no, we
7,
Not
No,
6,
6
we
we-
eliminated
we
6,
said
7.
goodbye to 6, sorry.
7,
7,
For 7,
9,
9,
9,
and 15.
and 15. So we're gonna
and
reach out to them.
22.
And 22, we're gonna have a
That's-
discussion
well,
with
that's
the
your
church. All right,
Yep.
Right.
so,
What does that add up to?
okay, let's go back and do this because I want to make sure I have these. The 600, so it's Mosley. So it's number 7, number 20,
595,
number 595.
Right.
It's open to the public, number
9,
9, 600,
600.
That's 11.95.
Yeah, so
15,
15, 1,800.
Yeah.
So right now.
And then Matt is
is-
400.
So if we spend that out, we have now overspent by
Right.
$675.
Right,
What was allocated
Right.
to us,
Okay,
all right?
okay.
So now we have to go back.
so now
and-
I hate to say this, or
Oh, say
I'm
it.
gonna say it. To me, sorry, they have no letters. They're no's. And then I think there are other ones, even though they're in different towns, that people in Kingston, just like the 300th we're having here, can
People can
take part
comment
of,
on it,
like
right,
the North River Art Society, or not
Right.
maybe
River
funding
Philharmonic.
in the Philharmonic and
Mhm.
things that, even though they're not in Kingston. So
Impact.
I don't feel that I want to chase, or we should have to chase someone who doesn't have a venue secured,
Complete,
even
right,
though
right.
it's in
Valid
Kingston.
point.
And I also feel that we've done prior, trying to get something for each like age group,
Right,
or I don't know
right.
how you want to say it, each demographic.
Mhm.
So whether it was the COA or it was one of the school programs or the elementary school program, the middle school program and senior, so I do feel those should be all no's really, because they don't have anything
Okay.
super secured. And then I feel there are other ones here like the Philharmonic or the North River
I'm
Art Society,
considering-
where people in Kingston do take part
Mhm.
and do enjoy those things, even though it's not right in the town.
So, and
I mean, the junkies going to the library. I mean, the library.
Junkies
but, you know,
going to the
no,
library.
well, those cat junkies, but it's, the venue's so small. I mean, it's not, have they
Not
been
gonna
ever
work.
to the
That's
library?
right.
So I just feel it's nice that you want to go and call them. The church, the same thing. It seems like it's more for the, the church, the parishioners of that church. So that's just my feeling.
Mm.
Well, I see your point, and
Yeah.
I think it's valid, but we don't have enough if we exclude all of these people. We haven't spent enough money, correct?
correct.
No,
And so
we're over if we do those, we're over.
Right, I have a question.
Yeah.
If we take the, junkies out,
Mhm.
are we 1,800
Mhm.
junkies?
Yeah, that's a lot.
The catnip junkies for seven musicians.
Mhm.
Can I just go over the numbers again, Paula, because I'm getting a different figure here? We have allocated on the first run 4,400. Then we take 7, 9, 15, 22, which adds up to 2395.
we're,
You had 7.
well, we started with 8,900.
Mhm.
Take the 4,400.
Oh, I haven't subtracted anything. I'm just trying to get figures here. So we have 7, 9, 15, and 22,
7, 9.
which I
Yes.
believe adds up to 2395. Am I correct?
18, well, give me a minute to do this in my head. 18.
I think it adds up to 2795 plus 600. So we understand that we got 4,400 from our first round. We got 1,780
I'm gonna
if we
use the
give it
calculator
all.
on my phone.
And then you have 595 plus 400 plus 1,800
Oh, I have 600 on 9.
plus
Nine.
600.
9 is 600.
600, yeah,
Yeah.
so it's not 600,
I have 600 too.
Yep. 1,800 and 400. I'm just trying to get numbers
No, I know,
here.
and 400, you're right. Those are the four numbers.
Yep,
But
Wait a second, let me,
So it's 3,395.
yeah, it's
Right.
3,395.
3,395.
which totals with the 4,400,
No.
7,795.
What's the
Mhm.
440? Where
that's the first round we agreed to, 4,400.
So plus
That's committed,
4,400.
4,400.
And so
And then
out
we're
of
gonna-
that,
Right.
we,
7,795.
And then we have the 1,780 that we
Right.
say.
It's on the
That was
side.
my next point.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
okay,
So
So-
1,000, what was it?
1,780
is for the town.
is the
300.
20%.
So now you're at 9,575.
Right.
You're only allocated 8.
So we-
That's why we're over by
Way over.
675.
But-
But we gotta realize first off that
What are we over by?
$675.
Yeah.
All
This-
right.
But some of the, I don't know about you guys, but the ones that I'm gonna call that want to do it at the library, I'm not even sure that those are the best choices. I would rather see something.
I think we need to-
Harmonic or
Right.
something.
Yes.
But the
Rather than-
Philharmonic is not giving them any tickets.
Exactly. Well,
Is-
I just threw that out.
No.
Maybe
No,
something-
I understand too. I
I don't
struggle
know
with
that
it.
we should,
Remember, this is our first pass through.
Right.
That's the first
Right.
thing we gotta remember. And we made the decision that location and support were important. And then we said, as we've gone through, now we're looking, we went to the locations and we
Right.
found them, and now we're saying support. And there were some that implied support. So if location and support were
Were our
important to us,
criteria,
let's
right.
go back and
Right.
see if they really have. And then we looked at,
If they don't have it, we take them out.
if they don't have it, they're gone. Nobody's saying that these
We
people that
have to
we
give
named
it to 'em.
for, the first
Yeah.
4 are gonna get what that dollar amount is yet.
Correct.
Mhm.
So I mean, we've got it, it's the narrowing
the
down
process, right.
process.
Mhm.
All right, and then
And then we say. to
we put the
someone-
others out because at that point, we were looking at location and support. So we've got some that we want to go back and confirm whether or not they have support because it's implied that
Yeah.
they had it.
Right.
I mean, some of them, it's obvious to us that they didn't have support.
Right.
Come on,
Yeah.
Right.
don't write
Yeah.
your own.
But, you know,
You know,
if I can, then we look at the ones like this, Catnip Junkies. They don't have a letter
mhm.
and it's all going to the
And-
salary of some musicians.
and the
We look
library,
at them and say to the library, if they don't get all their money, because we could give them something towards it.
Sure.
And then take the difference and give it to something like the Philharmonic. You don't have to
they
give them
put the
their full
library
amount.
though, that venue doesn't accommodate.
That many
a lot.
people.
But it-
Band.
but-
It's
but-
not-
But-
I don't think that, exactly.
Well, but I think it's worth, if we're asking on the others, I think it's worth
Oh, absolutely.
asking them.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Because we're not gonna be done today, because we also have the issue of, we're not sure if there's extra money
Right.
sitting
Yeah,
at the state
Allocated,
Right.
right.
that we have to throw back into this pot.
Right.
Now, the other thing on 22, if you look at the
Yes.
application,
Yeah.
it does say the cost to participant is the low price of, but I'm sure she
Of
meant
free.
for free.
Yeah.
It'd have to be free for us to
Consider.
consider, wouldn't it?
No.
No.
So
No.
No,
Doesn't have to be.
because
but
No.
if I give money,
it is a
We're-
consideration.
Well, we're considering, you're you're looking for monies and
Right.
you're selling tickets.
I
So-
said,
and-
house to the, I'm
Right,
saying,
so that's okay.
yeah, anyone,
But-
Oh, it's okay.
yeah, it's okay to charge.
Yeah.
But you sometimes have to take that into
You wanna
consideration
cough
too. You know,
it's had one.
Yeah.
It doesn't help.
I think the
You know,
The
interesting one-
Ricolas,
That's what I took. Thank you.
You know, the interesting ones is when they ask for money.
Right.
And they may ask for $2,000.
Right.
And then they say they're charging this amount of money.
Yeah.
And they're having this many people, and you multiply it out, and they're making $9,000.
Yeah.
Why are they asking?
well, so I say this is good. I mean, Chris is gonna go to the library. I'm gonna go to Emily Bruce. We're gonna find out what we need to find out. We've got good numbers. And then we come back for a second pass.
Path. And in the interim, we chase Mass Cultural, so they say to us, this is the number you're working at.
And I would love to appoint you as the person to chase
Mass.
culture.
I will, and
Lovely.
it will be Cheyenne, it will be Lisa, and it will be
What's the space?
Michael before he goes out the door, and the new Michael, who's the bean counter. I mean, no.
The head
Can
of
I ask
that Mass Cultural Council is Michael Abbott, who we personally have met and know.
Oh,
So, he's-
And he actually wasn't at a function that he was the lead speaker,
oh, wow.
and he wasn't because his luggage disappeared.
as he was interviewing for
But he had
the
nothing away.
And he couldn't fly back. It was everything was in it.
Yeah.
Why, he knew nothing. They found his luggage. but he couldn't make the.
This is your notes if you want to keep those. I just want to write on this too.
And he had applied for a job with the National Ballet.
Oh, no.
The job.
Is that you?
How long?
Yeah.
So now he's leaving in January.
And that's my copy. How did you get
And
that?
Person that
she
she
just
had
gave it to me.
breakfast with
Yeah.
at another place.
Diane's taking some
She
notes.
just
Okay.
made
Are you taking the notes, Diane?
minimal.
I'm sure I can write
I,
an
okay,
analysis.
okay.
You know, between us.
All right, so when do we want to meet again?
Diane, meeting, back to
Oh, you
focus.
know everybody.
We're focusing here.
She knows everybody.
So we've come to the conclusion that we've got people going to do some research.
Yep.
We've got assignments of
And one more
responsibilities.
time, Polly, you need to give me guidelines on deadlines. So we have to have,
By the end of this month,
By the end of this month, we
This
need
is
to,
just-
we have to have decided.
well,
You
no,
need
we
to-
don't,
You need to send the notes.
we have to send the no's.
Right.
I
And
mean,
then they
we've
have-
sent no's, I've seen no's sent out in the middle of January, okay?
Okay.
okay, all right, I'm taking a breath.
So
Yeah.
we are so far, I think we've made significant
Yeah.
progress here today.
I think we all are on the same page.
I do too.
Yep.
We know where we're at. We've gone through our priorities. We've said goodbye to some people.
Yeah.
We've got assignments to go look at some people. We're gonna come back and know where we are from that standpoint. We're gonna know, hopefully, if I can get the answer from Mass Cultural, we're gonna know what the dollar amount is there. They're not gonna change it. You know, although there may be things going on downstairs that they're gonna try to rectify their numbers. This is the number we're working at. Don't change it before we're done. We go through, we can reassign these people. If you know, if somebody's watching right now and say, well, they identified us, and us, please don't think that you're gonna
No,
get
no,
the
no.
dollar amount that you asked for.
Right.
There you go.
So may I ask, just to go over real quick numbers, which were the definitive no's, please?
The definitive notes,
Yeah,
you want the numbers.
Yeah.
6, 10. And then what we did,
21.
yeah,
and
Yeah,
21.
and
So
21.
we need
That
3
was
definitive
definite
no's. Okay.
Well, wait a minute, you're saying 6?
yep, was a definitive no.
Well, why isn't 2?
Well,
Now, wait a minute.
well, those are locations. We're gonna go back and look at them and
Right.
say
Right,
that we
I
may
just Xed them out.
give them
Right.
something.
right,
These are definitive no's based upon location, support,
Right.
and appropriateness.
Right.
But I thought 2 was,
Well, that's,
see, but you think too is that there might, it doesn't mean that children in Kingston or parents might not think that's a great program and they might utilize that because they work in the Brockton area and that's like a day, you know, that's like what do you call it for children?
But, yeah.
So,
Right.
so it's not a definitive no.
consider them like the Philharmonic.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what.
All right.
it's like.
okay, so give me the definite no's then.
Definite no's
For
is
6,
6,
10,
10,
and 20.
And
and
21.
21.
I mean,
And-
and the ones that you're asking about are like maybes.
They may,
But we
right,
have no
that's why I
idea.
didn't mark one. over.
Right,
The
not
ones
at
that
all.
are no, I got,
I put maybes.
Yep,
On the other.
yeah, I put
Okay,
question marks, yep. And we'll find out from the library.
yeah,
Those
Okay.
may all-
because for instance, the Sewell thing that's in Middleborough,
No, and
6,
9,
20.
no, not
6,
10.
10,
6,
and
10, and
21.
But how about?
I know, I think that's more here too.
It is.
Yeah, there's 11 and 12 that are out of town.
Well,
Yeah.
there are, but
Consider them like
based
the
on our
Right.
initial criteria.
they are like the Philharmonic.
that
I
was
like
one
them
that
too.
just
I
went
like
by.
North River Art
If you
Society.
hold
Right.
on 1 second,
I don't
Donald
think that
just
we
went
should
by
be,
the library director.
But
Can I
there are
go grab
people
him?
in Kingston that take part.
I know he's here. I
Yeah.
want to catch him.
It's like the Sewell education thing. Every year there are people, loads of
I
people.
mean,
that
North
children in
River's
Kingston.
Arts, what do you mean is people, I go to North River Arts, but they don't charge.
Right,
So why are we supporting?
they don't charge. That's why they don't charge, because they do it by grants. They're all a lot of volunteers, just like we are. They have to set up things. There's loads of things that are going on. The same thing. They need police. What do you call it? It's
You know,
the same as,
As you get involved in this, you'll
Yeah.
learn more things about it. And
right,
there is another issue that some people will apply for grants and you say, well, you know, we could knock you out and stuff because we charge.
Mhm.
But then there's some others that apply and say, I will discount
Oh,
if
yeah.
a person has
Oh, I see.
a low income classification, what do they call them?
They've been identified by the state as
Yeah.
established programs.
Yeah.
And
And they've committed to that.
they commit to, like, if they charge $5 admission,
Right.
they commit to charge $2.50 or
Right.
something
Right.
for anyone who has
Certain classifications.
Right,
certain
period.
classifications.
Sure.
And they're listed, and they list it when they apply, that they're card to culture.
Yeah.
So if they have one of these cards that
Mhm.
say they're low income,
Yeah.
that they can do card to culture and
Yeah.
get a discount. That gives them a leg up on
Mhm.
when you're looking at things. You have to say, oh, they don't charge full for everybody.
Yeah.
We have people who can go.
Yeah. I mean, we've had, we've given grants to, they used to do a show at the Beal because that was the, venue they rented.
And that was a charge to,
And
that,
that was a charged event.
That's right.
That was live actors and
No, and
all that stuff.
they all
And
have-
we don't have any, and that's an enriching thing for a lot of people. And they go and we would give us.
I appreciate you giving me that extra
Occasionally,
minute.
so,
You know, when you-
He doesn't know any.
oh, he's here?
Yeah, he's here. That's why I saw him walk by and I grabbed him.
Yeah,
He's as hard to get as I am.
yeah,
He wanted to talk to me about something else too. So
Yeah.
anyway, he read them over.
Yeah.
He has no idea
right.
who they are.
See,
So does he say no to all of them?
Well, he didn't say no, but I'm just saying to you, he said he wasn't familiar with any of them.
yeah, but for me, if he's not familiar with any of them, there's no letter, they hadn't contacted
Right.
anyone. For me, they're not maybes, they're no's.
are we
Well-
giving a definite no?
Well, let's go
Yes.
back.
For me,
All right, I wanna, which ones do we ask him about?
Okay, so
That's
that would
all.
be
We have-
number 9.
So number.
Well, it's number 7.
7,
yeah,
I don't think we say a definite no to that at this point because the person did identify him. So the director has no idea. So I'd say we leave that,
people could identify me. too.
all right?
And 9,
9, he has no idea too, and I'm gonna,
He
I'm gonna,
said her name sounded.
yes, because this is,
It applies every year.
she applies every year and she
Yes.
does it in a very similar
Yes.
way. So he says no to it.
Yeah, so that's number 9.
All right?
and what about number
And
15?
number 15, he had no
He
idea.
said
Right.
He didn't know anything.
Right,
And they didn't have anything. So
correct.
I say we say no now to number 9 and number 15. So if
Right.
we look at our money now,
So now you're trying to leave 7 open because he talked to someone else at the
that's
library
right. And
supposedly?
that person,
Mm.
I think we need to at least try to do some outreach.
You didn't say about 7, did you say 7 was no?
No, I
No,
said 7,
he
we
said
leave open.
7, they're
Okay,
gonna
Because the
contact.
guys in the
Okay.
hospital.
We're still holding that.
Okay,
He's in the-
1,800 for the,
No, and so now,
yeah, that's a
So-
no.
so now
15
we're
is no.
rolling back
And
1,800.
9. Okay.
All right, so we now do have money
Sure.
that we can now
Yes,
start
I-
moving around
yes.
to some of those others.
Yep, I'm with you.
So I think we're comfortable. So the only ones we have to do is if there's any way, if this gentleman is at least,
related to Jackie
all he has
Salter?
to say is, you're right. I
Are
did
you
talk-
related to Jackie
Okay, you know,
Salter?
he wrote in that time.
Okay.
he was-
Okay.
Like-
But
I-
at least this person is aware that they can't do it at the
It's like
library. They need to
uncanny.
use the senior
Don't-
center.
That's right.
There's no place at
Well, I
the
look like
library.
it.
that
So,
Rose
so this
Bailey.
has been somewhere. Okay.
My mother.
Okay, so I would say we leave that one.
Okay,
Then
All
you-
right,
Okay.
but,
Okay.
but if you can, before the next
I'll
meeting,
try and get in
Okay.
touch with Steve. Well, are we meeting again in December? He's
Yeah, we're still
I
off
can't
on
reach
numbers,
him
but we're
personally.
closer.
well, we're better off now.
We're much better off because now we have,
Now we have money, even if we were to fund all of those things that we've identified at this point,
Mhm.
we have money that we can put
Play
in
with.
place.
right,
Right,
right. I'm comfortable with that. So
So,
Chris, I don't know what we're gonna do,
With what?
on 7, but we'll talk about
Well,
that.
I put it okay.
I say we
We'll-
leave
we'll
7
consider.
in.
Okay.
Me, I'm a no.
7
Well, at least this person knows enough that they can't do it at the library. They're gonna do it at the senior center.
So that
You know what
has
I'm
been
saying? They,
conversation.
I think they get the venues here.
Okay, so I'm back on the church.
Okay.
And it would not behoove, I mean, if she's gonna have it at the Beal House or the church,
It has to be the Beal House.
it has to be the Beal
It has
House.
to be the Beal
Okay,
And that's what, they have people come and do songs and concerts all the time.
right.
Not.
It cannot be part
The
of,
venue they
Mhm.
charge you to rent that venue.
Oh,
Yeah, but she said that would be part of it. She would,
Oh, did she say would that be?
yeah,
All
she
right.
said that she would, let me
What'd you call
find
her?
it for you. No, I didn't
did I
call
miss?
her. It's in the
Oh, I thought we were-
application.
I'm like, all right, so what number is that?
Yeah, they charge
The last one, 20.
200,
22.
150.
What's the cost?
Yeah, they charge money.
Matt, your amount requested.
She said in her letter,
She did.
Matt has, I am writing a grant application every part.
Low price or free.
It doesn't say that she's,
We will not charge him for the use of our church and feel strongly that his talents, his music and message of the concept will be greatly appreciated.
I don't have that.
by the First
Oh,
Parish
excuse me. Yes, I do.
Community.
Yes.
I do.
So
I do.
what
Sorry.
we're saying is if it does not go to the Beal House,
Well,
I don't
she
think you
can
can
still
tell
have
them
it
that
at the
either.
church.
Yeah.
She can still
Yeah,
have
she
it
can.
inside the structure of the church
but it has
She
to be
needs to be-
advertised and,
to everyone. It can't just be
Just
let
be
the
for her
parishioners.
parishioner.
okay, that's
Right.
what I'm getting at.
That's why
They're
she
welcoming
could
everybody.
waive the Beal House fee.
Right.
She's the pastor. She can waive.
Is she the Beal House too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. It's part of the church.
Oh,
That's
it?
what-
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and they have concerts there all the time. And based on the fact that Emily wrote this letter, I think it's a go.
I think it's a go too. I just think it's the phrasing like what she, yeah,
We just want to go clarify the phrase.
advertise.
Praise into everybody.
And when we say advertise, I mean, is it just putting it out on the banner or is,
Yeah, they should do that. They
She
have a
can do it
marquee
here
up
in the
front.
town hall. She can
Yep.
do it.
Yep.
okay.
There is a paper. I know that you don't call it the Kingston paper, but there is a paper that circulated with Kingston information in it.
I mean, there's.
The Express, the
it's-
Plimpton, Halifax, Kingston.
Yeah, but they
Express.
also have the, there's a rag that comes out now that tells you, they do I'm trying to think. I think it comes in the mail for free and it usually
Kingston
highlights.
Living,
yeah.
Kingston Living magazine, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So there are things out there.
So there are some things
There are
coming.
places,
That's
yeah,
a new,
300 events are
We
going
need
to
a
be in
paper.
Kingston Living.
We
Yeah.
need a paper.
So,
Yeah.
so if we can just,
Oh, yeah,
first off, we need to identify a date for our next meeting.
Yep.
that's
And
right.
we need to realize that we are going to be coming in with about $1,745 that we can distribute
Outside.
amongst the others.
right,
All right,
Yeah.
so now you probably wanna, and we can send out a revised thing here broken down. Probably wanna look at the ones that we have here that we haven't looked at. from
We can
independent funding,
adjust.
that you'd be interested in. So we all come in knowing that I would be interested in this, I would be interested in that, so that we can take it from there and then play with the money. And also come in and look at the ones that we have already said that we would fund.
Yeah.
Will you fund it completely?
so the definitive yeses, can I just have those?
Of course,
Definitive.
one,
So one is it? That's
One,
what-
one
Yes.
for 1,000.
Yeah.
Four,
4,
1,300.
Four. Yeah,
5,
5, 1,000.
yeah.
And 8
Eight,
is 1,000.
See, and the other thing is,
100.
may I just, oh, I'm sorry,
course.
8, yes.
and
The only thing I
1,100.
wanted to say too
And
is that,
400 for 22,
and 400.
for 22.
400.
well, we haven't
400,
definitively
we
said that.
haven't definitively, we're waiting, she's gotta be willing
What's
to.
400? It's only 20.
22, that's
Oh,
the,
22.
Number
I'm like,
22.
oh, I have it as a maybe.
Yeah, those are maybes, 22 and 7.
So the only yeses are 1,
Four.
5,
Four.
4,
5,
and 8.
Yep.
Okay.
1, say it again, 1,
1.
4,
5,
5,
and 8.
and 8.
Mhm.
The no's
And that
are
comes to 4,400.
6.
And we have a hold on 7.
So the other thing I wanted to say,
Mhm.
while we're looking at it, we're saying a yes to something that is for the library.
Yeah.
And that was a, what do you call it? So
Yeah.
these other people that you're going to call that say their venue is going to be at the library, but there's no letter of anything.
Right. Well, that's why I asked Donald.
She just,
And he
Yep.
said he
Okay.
doesn't know all of
Okay.
them.
All right.
So
all right,
Yep, yep.
so
Got it.
now we have to determine
A date.
a date.
Mhm.
Okay.
And this is.
I'm not even gonna look
It's got to
because I
be
don't
this
have
month,
that
right?
anymore. I depend on my sister. I got rid of mine.
Oh.
Every time I wanted to go out there, I had to call AAA to jump it. The guy said to me, you do realize you're supposed to use the car. It's a AAA thing to jump it every time you decide to use.
So
I used it so little.
is Thursday the best day of the week to do things, in which case we'll be doing it on the 18th?
Yeah, that's okay.
We're getting
Or
really,
do we want to push it in to something earlier than that?
I'd rather have it earlier. The
So do we want to
18th
pick
is
a
like,
week next week?
yeah. Do you mind next week, Karna?
No,
Next Thursday won't work for us because she has a
How about the
doctor's
10th?
appointment. The 10th would work for us.
December 10th?
Yeah.
and I'd have to go, I mean,
I'll have to look.
it's,
I have to
it's-
double check, but I don't have anything that
I mean, I work out of the house, but I have to, I have to go to Situate because my grandchildren are gonna be coming off the bus and I have to pick up one at school. So,
We do mornings anyway. We do at 10 o'clock, so it wouldn't impact your bus.
I know, but it screws up my work thing, so
Oh,
So-
yeah. I'm sorry.
no. So I just have to, so you're saying the 10th,
The 10th.
okay. So,
Mm.
What are the-
right
That's
now,
less than a
right
week.
now I'm good.
Okay.
So what
that's-
time?
First choice.
10,
December 10th at 10.
10.
Why don't we,
And pick another date.
you don't know?
I'm fine. I'll make it work.
So why don't we, if we can make it December 10th. at 10.
So we have to post the meeting.
That's what
Yeah.
I was gonna say next.
Yeah,
We're thinking the same. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so you can
how
post-
much?
and you have to make sure the room is,
48 hours in advance. So you have to have it posted by,
so 10.
Monday,
Yeah.
Monday, 2 days.
you have to have it posted by 10 o'clock on Monday.
Do you know how to do that?
No, of course not.
Well,
But I can find out. I'll ask Tricia. I mean, I don't know how to. We
It-
have
it's,
to know
it's
how
pretty much
this
following this, but we have to have an agenda.
Right.
And this would
Right.
be to,
How about continue to review applicants?
Right.
3.
That's right.
right,
So this
Yeah,
is our
nothing
agenda.
less is more.
Yes.
Well, and we can review what
Yeah.
we've decided on. Now, what
Review the
about
list
posting minutes of the meeting? Do we need to have that somewhere written minutes?
Within 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks.
I'm gonna write some notes and you said you have some notes and then we'll put it
Fine.
together,
You'll be
okay?
fine.
So can that be our first agenda item?
you
Review
give
minutes.
me a-
of
Review
what-
minutes.
I don't know if I have the ones that I used to do. I did them really short and sweet.
Yeah, that's it.
Continue to review applicants,
I'm just
Chris, but
concerned that
I'm
we
also
have to-
thinking, can we take a final vote?
We couldn't take a final
I gave
vote.
We don't
myself to the
have
new
to put that in
secretary.
minutes.
We don't?
If we feel comfortable, then do we need to state that we're going to?
Review and potentially vote.
Review and potential.
Just so
Short and
that
sweet.
nobody can say, I didn't know you were voting at that.
Short and sweet. I thought I had a copy.
That's good. I think we can handle that.
Yeah. it's
Okay.
just gonna
Do
be
you
a
have the
couple of items.
stamper? Do you have this?
I
I
do.
think I
I
do.
do.
Oh, that's so exciting.
I do. Do you want to see it? You
Just
want-
no, you just stamped the paper.
So now I'm gonna do my official thing. It's
Here's one of the ones.
11:17 and we're going to adjourn and our next
Yep.
meeting should be on December 10th
Mhm.
at 10 a.m. It will be posted on the town sites.
This is a copy of what.
Now, how do we shut this down?
Oh, I will shut it down.
This
Oh, I
is
should ask
what the
all in
typical
favor.
minutes look
That's
like.
what I did.
All in
It
favor?
looks great.
All in
Adjourn,
aye.
all in favor,
Yep,
adjourn?
yep.
Aye.
Thank you.